are so close to winning the right to vote for women. Suffragists have been campaigning for 70 years now. 7 decades of organizing, speaking, writing, petitioning, lobbying, parading, and now protesting. Look at this flyer. All of these states out west have granted their women the right to vote, but most women in America are unable to vote for their representatives and the legislation that affects their families. I can't just not contribute to this cause. For the longest time, I've supported the idea of suffrage, but my husband and I always agreed on what was best for our family, and his vote represented us all. Besides, I was too consumed with my day-to-day responsibilities to actually do anything to help the movement. But now, I don't have anyone to vote in my interests anymore. I shouldn't need someone to vote in my interests. I want to be able to cast my own ballot in the interests of my family and my community. Decisions are not being made in women's best interests. Do you think that men are going to make laws that favor women and not themselves? Of course not. That's not to say that there aren't some men voting in the best interests of some women. There are so many brave men who have joined our fight. They already have the right to vote. Why should they fight for us? Why should they care? But they do, because they see the injustice. They see the inequity. They see how hard we work. They see our wisdom and our input that goes ignored. Without the vote, we're just giving advice. And I'm tired of giving advice. I want a voice that matters. I want a voice that counts. I want a vote that counts. Now, I can sit here and complain about my frustrations, or I can get out there and do something about it. Look at these. This group of suffragists is calling themselves the Silent Sentinels. They've started a silent protest, picketing the White House and President Woodrow Wilson because he's not making votes for women a priority. For almost a year now, these women have been standing in the freezing cold and the summer heat. But then, America entered the Great War. And many people thought that it was disrespectful to be protesting the president when women should be using our energy to support the war effort. But when I heard about what's been happening to these women, how crowds of onlookers have started to harass them, pushing them, pulling them, knocking them over, ripping their banners, I'm at a loss to understand why people have reacted this way. I understand that not everybody wants women to have the vote, but to resort to such violent tactics? The harassment got so bad, the police started making arrests. But not the angry people blocking the street in front of them. They arrested the Silent Sentinels, who were standing there, silently, on the sidewalk. On what charges? Obstructing traffic. I suppose the authorities thought that the threat of prison would deter the women from continuing their protest. But the very next day, there are even more Silent Sentinels standing at the gates of the White House. There are women from all over the country who have joined the Silent Sentinels to participate in the protest. Traveling to Washington, D.C. takes time. It takes money. It takes energy. And I'm already right here. We're only 7 miles from the White House. I can see it makes you uncomfortable. You don't want me to do it. What will people think? But I feel this is something I have to do. Yes, I might get arrested. And yes, it might be dangerous. But at least I know that what the Silent Sentinels are doing should be protected under our constitutional First Amendment rights of freedom of speech, petition, and assembly. If they can take these rights away from us, they can take them away from every American citizen. We might not always agree on the best strategies for winning the vote, whether it's proving our patriotism by supporting the war effort or picketing the White House, getting arrested and going to prison. But I think it will take all these different strategies, all of us working towards the same goal in order for us to achieve what we've been working for over the past 4 generations. I'm going to take the trolley downtown today. I'm going to stop by the park where the suffragists are staging their open-air meeting for the public. I might even get up on their soapbox and invite my fellow Americans to re-examine our current state of affairs. And then, I'm going to join the Silent Sentinels in picketing the White House. I hope you can join me.